Hello, New Life. I'm Tony Tata, and I've had the pleasure to be part of the New Life story since really its very inception. I've been married to Sarah for 20 years, and we have 4 kids, Anthony, Angelina, Roman, and Dominic, and very full lives. Grew up 5 minutes from the stadiums, so fierce Royals and Chiefs fan, and I still married behind enemy lines a girl from Denver. My wife is amazing. I tell people love my wife, they tolerate me, and it's proven because every room I go in, they say, "Hi, Tony, where's Sarah?" When I was 16, made a profession of faith and surrendered my life. And I would say when I went to school, college that is, and was out on my own and fell on my face with all of my choices is when I really learned to surrender and follow God in life. I had a pastor friend from my church growing up who invited me to go on a mission trip, and spent 10 days with a missionary challenging us on the only thing God wants from us is our availability and yieldedness. We literally have nothing else that he desires. And just coming from a standpoint of I just had the focus of my life exposed in all the darkness in front of me, knowing that God still wanted something from me was a wake-up call. I got home for that trip a couple days later. The same pastor came up and said, "Tony, we've got a opening in the camp." They ran a summer camp and we need an extra teen counselor. And I thought, man, there's nothing I need to be counseling about teens. And he said, "No, God wants to use you, and I'd like you to go if you have availability." And I went down there, and it was a great experience. And I remember one of the speakers sharing lyrics to a song, and it was talking about God basically breathing life into death and restoring the years the locusts have eaten, and the things that he uses. And so that summer was a pivotal time in my life and spiritual journey where God made it clear it wasn't about me or anything I had. It was about him, and if I were to just open my hand and yield to him, that I could be part of what he's doing. Growing up, my mom told me God lets you get married to make you get less selfish, and then he gives you kids to make you finish growing up. And certainly that's been my journey. I remember being challenged that every child, and especially a little boy with a dad, but every child grows up with the dad, celebrating daddy. And I love the daddy stampede when I get home from work. And by the way, that starts to go away when your kids are teenagers. They still love you, they still need the hug, but they're too cool to stampede you. But the daddy stampede was really cool. At some point when they're growing up and it's natural for them to find independence, they wake up one day and they no longer look at you as just their dad, they look at you as a fellow man. And in that split second, they look at you and they say, "I love my dad, but do I respect the man?" And when that was shared with me, that really hit home. I asked him for the strength to live in a way that I didn't give in to fleshly desires. I didn't go off the tracks. I was able to live, own mistakes, and pursue passionately life in a way that my son, my daughter, my younger boys could respect as a man, and hopefully give them a little bit of a light down the path to emulate. I think God is just challenging me on, again, where is my identity and what does it look like to live with it in him? As we grow in life, we just have maybe more skills, maybe more resources to mask our insecurities, but they don't go away. And so how do we lean on him, abide in him, passionately pursue the life he's called us to, and still do it in this human flesh? I don't know. That's still part of the journey for me.